Welcome to the Everything Podcast, and in this episode I'm going to be recapping Mitchell and Webb Are Not Helping Season 1, Episode 5, released on the 3rd of October 2025, and I'm recording this episode just a couple of days later on the 7th of October 2025. But before I get with my recap, a couple of things. As you can probably tell, my voice is now back to normal, so I'm back to normal. And also that my recaps no longer include trailers. But without further ado, here is my recap of Mitchell and Webb Are Not Helping Season 1, Episode 5. We start off with a Mitchell and Webb Are Not Helping title sequence. The Weeping Shed is introduced. Someone explains how the Weeping Shed works. Benji introduces Sam. Benji compliments Sam. Benji mentions Brexit. Sam mentions Easter. David reads out an email from a Channel 4 lawyer. Lara mentions the River Thames. Kyle mentions Thames Water. Robert mentions toilets. Robert mentions John Wick 4. David summarises some of the plot of John Wick 4. Robert and David receive their food. Stevie reveals the date, the 12th of June 2025. We then have the Sweary Aussie drama previously recap. Everyone attends a funeral. Robert discovers a will. A woman attempts to set the farm on fire. The Prime Minister attends a meeting about climate change. A woman mentions recycling and eating meat. The Prime Minister mentions the opposition and the TV licence. A man proposes a referendum. The referendum doesn't go the Prime Minister's way. A woman speaks to a man about trainers. The woman asks for the trainers back. The man gives the trainers back. The man mentions 2025. The man and woman say goodbye. A woman is being interviewed by the police. This woman is currently crying. The woman is convinced to be more specific. The man reassures the woman. The woman mentions pens, circumference and diameter. The police officer snaps about the continuous pens analogy. The woman is asked to leave. The middle-aged men learn of Janet. Kyle and Robert discuss days of the week. Kyle mentions Scotland. Steve reveals he has prostate cancer. The men go to sleep. Stevie believes they have finished writing the show. Robert mentions chalk and EastEnders. Everyone discusses EastEnders. Everyone meets a man looking for the pool. Robert mentions the producer and commissioning editor. The Weeping Shed returns. Benji mentions Sam. Benji and Sam agree that the Weeping Shed is nonsense. Benji mentions grief and death as well as Jesus. Benji compliments Sam and Benji mentions Kathy. And that is my recap of Mitchell and Webb Are Not Helping Season 1, Episode 5. So let me know what you thought of the episode if you watched it, my recap. If you didn't, you can put your thoughts on both of those in the comments below. As well as anything else you would cover on the podcast, such as any previews or recaps, put those in the comments below as well. Remember also like, comment and subscribe. Just a reminder, the podcast is now available on all audio platforms including Spotify and Amazon Music. So there is now an audio only version of the podcast that can now be enjoyed. They're not replacing the YouTube episodes, but the audio only episodes only include my episodes, so none of Chuck's episodes. They don't include the intro, the outro, or the extra bits that Matt adds to the episodes on YouTube. It is literally just my audio, so just bear that in mind when you're listening to them. But without further ado, I will see you in a future episode of the podcast. See you then. Goodbye.